in light of the Elvis film that just came out that Baz Luhrmann has made, which I actually saw last Saturday, and it is amazing. Colonel Tom Parker, though, that was in it. Tom Hanks, I don't know what the hell accent he was doing. But I recommend, if you love Elvis or an Elvis fan, just go see it. It is fantastic. So I thought I'd show you my collection here. It's not too big compared to all these crazy collectors I see on YouTube. It's amazing what people have gotten. But this is just some Australian pressings. A lot of them, and a few American ones, but they are common stuff. But I have seen, when I was in America, one original, but it was way too much, and the condition was crap for what it was when I was in Tennessee back in 2019. But if I go back there, I'll try and hunt for another one. But that's the expensive one, really. That's the expensive one. These are Australian pressings. They're not worth that much. American ones, even those, a lot of them aren't worth much. But these are the ones I think are really good and I love. So why don't we start off with the live stuff? By the way, no studio albums, really, minus his gospel, because these studio albums, you got it. I just need to say it, they're not good, minus a few songs. So I don't really have much of those other than his gospel. So got here Elvis live from Hawaii. Take the cover off. This is Elvis's, of course, satellite concert that he did since the Colonel was too chicken shit to let Elvis go because he wasn't really an American, had no passport and anything, as you know. So he did this. And that was just one record falling. So he did this satellite show, and then they released it to vinyl immediately afterwards, because back then you couldn't just go out and buy the video. So this is the next best thing. And of course, RCA. Let me focus that in. RCA, 2LP set. And then you get the back here. And on the front, on these RCA pressings, get the flashlight on. On Australian pressings, if you can read it there, it says, you can tell easily it's an Australian, because like EMI, so can I focus? Like EMI, it says manufactured by RCA Australia in Sydney. And so that's the easy telltale right there. And on the disc as well, it says that was made in Sydney, Australia. So they make it pretty easy, like EMI does, because they have plants everywhere. Here is the cover, the gatefold, which has all the I Love Elvis everywhere on it. And you got a whole bunch right here. And you got Australia down here as well, right there. Got New Zealand. Some of them have different languages, as you can see. I do wish they added little flavors here, like Elvis is a good mate, legend, or some Australian saying, or I don't know. They could have maybe been a little more creative instead of just in all the English-speaking countries just copy and pasting that. A little more creative, but. And then here's the record. Of course, it's a 2-set. So this is what our Australian one looked like here. Almost like the UK German. Because they pack a good amount of songs on each side. And here's the other disc. Yeah. But I recommend this one. Really good. He does so many good covers here. And of course, they had some brand new tracks. And they've just got, yeah. It doesn't show the track listing though, which is weird. That's the one weird thing. It just doesn't show the track listing at all. It just keeps saying this in outer space. And of course, it starts with CC Rider. Great albums. So you got CC Rider. Of course, it starts off with the Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey song. I think it's on here. Yeah, there's the name of it. All right, on the top, track list. So you start off with that. And he does a couple of Beatles song too. He does Something, George Harrison song. Really, it's just a killer compilation, killer live performance. And you got a new inner sleeve for this one. Yeah, that was just a cheap find. It was pretty good. And then we got the next one here, which is, I'll show you this one first. So you've got the Elvis comeback special right here. And this is my personal favorite live performance. I love this. I need to get the Blu-ray of it, that's for sure, because I absolutely love this performance. And this picture is taken from when he did If I Can Dream. And if you watch the Elvis film, you will know the story behind this, which is pretty hilarious. And why he sang that song. Now, years ago when I got this, I was trying to find it, and I thought the picture was Elvis in his, take this out, in his leather jacket right there, which I absolutely love. There, that's a good view. I thought it'd be like that in his leather jacket right there. That's what I thought it'd be. But it's not. That's why it took a while to find it. And then I saw this, and I was just flicking through it, and there was like in the $5 bin. And then I saw in the back it said, because I wasn't sure what it was, and I just had a look. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen this. And then I saw, this is before, because I just didn't know, years ago, before I actually watched it, I thought this was something else. But then it says here, original recording from this NBC special. When I actually looked it up, and I went, oh yeah, this is the compact. So got it, and it's got, unlike the Aloha from Y, it's got the track listing right here. So it's got your track listing. Yeah, and some of them are medleys. So you got Trouble leading into Guitar Man. And then you got another medley, Lordy Miss Claudie. Then goes into Baby, What Do You Want? What You Want Me to Do. Then you got dialogue, of course. Then more medleys. Same on the other side. It's a lot of medleys, but they're really well done. Some chatter and everything. And of course, a couple of the songs that are exclusive. So you got If I Can Dream, which he only did it once. Memories. The new tracks, you'd say. That's what these live ones, they always have new tracks on them. And then it has, of course, these vintage ones about stereo needles. They're always cool to read. And then down here, it talks about that it was manufactured in Australia. And it got the flip back, which they phased out at some point. And this is a thick cover for the 60s. So here's the album. So this is what ours looks like and it has these, like the Beatles, these little logos on here. Some of them are like on the old Beatles. But yeah, so that's the RCA logo from the 60 that they were using in the 60s. Before they went to that newer design. I think in 69 they started using that, it appears. But this is in pretty good shape. It was pretty dirty, but I got it cleaned pretty nicely. There are a lot of light scratches, but it's not destroyed like some Elvis records are. Because I've seen a whole bunch like that are just absolutely just messed up and completely fucked. It's insane. Back then they they were the medium to listen to, and they just treated it like nothing, which is why and then they wonder, oh, it was full of pops and clicks and skips. Well, no, you didn't take care of it. This one, not too bad. There's a couple clicks, but they're not too bad. This plain copy. So I'll take it. Especially, I don't see that one much often. The next one here we've got it's called The King in the Ring. I got this when I was at Graceland, which was beautiful. Beautiful. I enjoyed every minute of it. And I bought this at the shop. I just had this gigantic big wall of CDs and vinyl records. I'll have to find a little clip. But it was just this huge wall, and it was beautiful. And I bought this. So this is what I thought the 68 comeback cover would have been, but this is pretty good. But this is basically all the performances that he did while in the when he was playing with the fans in Radio City. So his original band members here. Yeah, it's getting too dark. So his original band members, and then they were performing in this little ring, and they did 2 nights. So you've got here. Here it says at NBC Studios, 22nd, 7th of June, 1968. And then there was a 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. show. So yeah, he did two shows. I thought it would just be one, but he did. But the track listing, there's some little differences here, but like the different orders that he did. But it's not too different. And it is a gatefold, which I will just start. As the old Victor, RCA Victor, and RCA here, which is emulating what it looked like here. So, except there's no writing underneath. There it is on that. Then there's Victor, which is copied here pretty closely. It's just under RCA, there's no catalog number. That's where they usually put it. I'll open it here. It's a pretty thick cover. You got some screenshots here. That's my favorite. I love the leather pants. Pants, yeah, if I don't mind them, but I love the jacket. Just that jacket he wore. I love that look with the jacket. And they did sell a replica of that, but you had to buy the leather pants, and it was over $2,500. Bloody hell. Or Elvis would have given that shit away for free. Here's all the musicians. And some more pictures here. Which some of these are from, are actually from the back of this. So some of these pictures that are in the sleeve are redos of that original record. And of course it came in, and the only thing is it came in paper sleeves, so this is, so I put my own in. Hang on. It's a crap one, I don't know what it came from. Alright. It's a clean bit of crap, and I haven't played this in a while actually. There it is, and they copy the. This is the late '60s that they started using stereo, just to have the legacy logo. And it's pretty well placed out, the grooves. I think this is made at MPO. If I'm not mistaken. It wasn't Jeezy. They don't use Jeezy. Sony. Yeah, pretty well placed out grooves. Yeah, you got like 8 tracks aside. 7 tracks. But yeah, I have not played this in a while actually. I'll have to give it I'll give it another spin. It's a fantastic album. I recommend it. So yeah, it's because this is acoustic Elvis. It doesn't have so that's the thing about this. It's more acoustic. Some of the songs, all the medleys, of course, they're the original because I think they were mixed, they were edited on the original '68 comeback. They were edited together. But yeah, but you get the other one, you get a full show. You get a full show. Now we're on to studio albums. The only one I got, which is Elvis, He Touched Me. This is from 72. Yeah, 72 right there. 72. Of course, they advertise all these all these other releases, where I found out about that one. And it's, great songs here. You got He Touched Me, I Got Confidence, Amazing Grace, Sees Everything, Bosom of Abraham, Reach Out Jesus. You also got, the Imperials, the Nashville edition, which is the biggest Nashville band. This is pretty much, and I got this is $5 bin. The gospel ones aren't too popular here, unfortunately, because there is best albums. Because these other ones I find just suck. A few good songs, that's it. But yeah, this is one I recommend. I do admit the mixing, though, is a little muddy. I'm not sure if it's with this pressing or if it's with the... Because the CD sounded a little cleaner. This sounds a little muddy. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but... That's the one thing I don't like too much about it. It's not as clear as the one in the 60s. Those sound really clear, really nice. This is our bronze one that we use here. And yeah, and I have a different matrix number here. But yeah, it's a great album, other than the sound quality. The sound mixing is a little questionable. I might try and track down another copy. But this one actually is really good. Another one I got in Graceland. It was a Graceland exclusive, I believe, this blue coloured vinyl here. It's called Where No One Stands Alone. It's basically remixes, redos of some of his gospel songs and done with an orchestra and much bigger, and it's really good. So it's a lot of his gospel stuff here. And of course this track here is a duet with Lisa Marie Presley. A nice old photo there. And the inner sleeve. Get an inner sleeve of this one. Get, of course, a write-up about it here by Lisa Marie Joe Weinsheimer, and Andy Childs. So you get right up about all of them that worked on it, and then all the original credits to the songs here, and a nice picture, which this is from the comeback. That's on the NBC comeback. You had them with a different background. There you got them. It's with the, they're not the Jordanaires, this is the Blooms. So there it is, it's NBC special. Bob Elvis archive. And then you got some of the credits for the actual project as well. And of course Sony Legacy, RCA. And then here you got a really good picture of Graceland. What it looked like originally looked like. And it still looks a lot like this. The gate and everything. Beautiful place. I recommend it. And then you got, I believe, vinyl. Here. It's side 2, which has a bit of a defect on it. It had a big, where it has a pop on how great they are. There's a couple pops on it. I don't know why. I tried fixing it, but at least it doesn't skip now. Yeah, it's on this blue vinyl. Here's side 1. Pop us on a whole bunch. It's a great album. I love his gospel stuff. Prefer all these than that Hillsong and all that junk, that overproduced Christian junk. It's just, yeah. No, it feels very manufactured. That's why I lean to these and black gospel, because they've got some good power and drive to it, and it sounds more human, not a mechanical spectacle showpiece. So these are really good. I always play these, and yeah, people love these. I started seeing these appear in Australia, but it was a while until this, because this was 2018, but for some reason it shows 2018 twice. Now they got here the second one in the Elvis and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra at Abbey Road Studios. This is the second one, If I Can Dream. The first one, it was called... Oh, I forgot what the first one was called. Man, that's just, the name's escaping me. But that had Burning Love always on my mind. I need to hunt that down. Get that one, because it's just simply really good the way these are done. It's a different take, and it's a little cinematic. And it's the Philharmonic. They did Star Wars. I associate them with Star Wars. They did the Star Wars stuff with John Williams, and I believe other John Williams stuff too, from what I remember. But you can see this one has some more songs in here than on the other one. And it has, a nice picture of Elvis there with a couple of singers. Maybe the Jordanaires, I forget. And of course it's got the RCA logo to replicate it. And like this one, it seems like they like to have that border, the same border. So there's the same white border around. And here's a write-up from Don Reedman. And Nick Patrick and Priscilla. Which, of course, Priscilla, she's involved in a lot of stuff. Elvis there. Have a little smoke, Then you got a younger Elvis here. Light doesn't shine. And then all the credits who played on what. And then all the stuff about it. And with this, they finally used polyline inner sleeves. And this time they went with the, almost like the Candon, the RCA Candon label, except it's a little brighter blue. So they went with that for these on both sides. Pretty cool. And there's 3 tracks each side, 3. Sometimes I'll have 4. And it's of course digital. Like the King in the Ring, it is digital, yes, but the way they did everything, it had to be digital on this one. It had to be digital. Because what they did was essentially, where they could get the Elvis's isolated vocals with the backup singers. They kept the original backup singers, sometimes adding more. It's a really good thing, and it's definitely something I would have seen Elvis do, because it's in his 70s days. Now, compilations. There is a crap ton of Elvis compilations. And a lot of them are, though they have a good track listing, they're not that good. Because sometimes, maybe a few of them, there are a few that are good that RCA did, but the ones that sound-wise, the ones that RCA did, was it Elvis Gold Records Volume 3 sounds good because it's in stereo. But the ones that were in mono, or his original Sun tracks, are messed with. They have so much echo or messed up sound. They fake mono, like the mono stuff, it's drenched in more reverb, or it's just got fake, or if you get the stereo one, you get the fake stereo, which is atrocious. I had a family member give me some of his records, and it was an Elvis box set. It looked really cool, but the sound for the mono was just absolutely atrocious. Echo and fake stereo combined, it was awful. So I recommend, well, you got for audiophile the Analog Productions, as well as doing 24 karat gold hits, which I had in my hands. I should have bought, but I'll have to get it again because I love Analog Productions and I know it will sound amazing. I need to get that one. So that I need to get. And then it was ORG has done a lot of the Elvis Gold. And I believe Analog Spark. There was a few different audiophile companies that have done the other compilations justice, so you can get those that up here sound really good. But if you want to go for a more common one, Music on Vinyl released this masterpiece. This is a perfect compilation. There is the Essential Elvis that Sony did, which like all their other the Essential series on vinyl, they sound pretty good. They're pretty good, but this one, because Elvis has so many songs, that other one just doesn't have all the songs. This one has pretty much anything. It doesn't have Little Sister and a couple other songs, but the ones you really know, because Little Sister's a bit more of a hidden track, this one is pretty good. So it's got, Elvis 50 Greatest Hits. So you can see there. And it's just amazing. It did come out on CD in the early 2000s, and then Simply Vinyl did one, which stay away from them. But Music on Vinyl in 2017, I believe this came out. Yeah, 2000 here. So 2000, the original came out in there 2010. And it seems like they just keep repressing these, because I see these everywhere. I saw this everywhere, which is really good. Because if you can see, take this out of the cover. They've done everything you can possibly think of. Just every song. Look at this. Just every song possible. If you can try and focus in. Just every song possible. Just every song possible that on here, and it's a free disc set. It's expensive. Well, now it's even more expensive. This costed me almost $90, and I think it's on almost $80 from what I remember at JB Hi-Fi, and then now it's over 90, almost 100. But just pick it up. Music on vinyl. Right there. Did a fantastic job. I don't have the original sleeve, because usually they include a sleeve and then you had to open it from the top, and then it has here like a little sticker, like classic album and remastered on audiophile vinyl. And this is heavy too, like kind of glossy. And of course, got the back. But it was already breaking, and I screwed that up trying to cut to make an opening on the side, because they only have it up here. So I got rid of it, but it's nothing. And you got a couple quotes, but yeah, it's nothing special. But yeah, I've played this a whole bunch. I do admit they needed, but to me, they shouldn't have shoved free discs in one there. It's pretty lazy. Same with, I have their version of Michael Jackson Dangerous, which is a fantastic pressing, the remastering they did for that. It can be a little sibilant, but they've done that where they stick 2 free discs in one when it should have been a gatefold or trifold. But I recommend, just pick this up. They do have, there's a sheet there. Yeah, here we go. I thought there was a sheet or something inside. There we go. So it has a booklet inside. Oh, yeah. But yeah, thought so, because there's 2 of the same. It just says the same thing on each side. Like, see? It's the same sheet. So I'm not sure if they gave me, if it was supposed to have 1, because I believe it was just 1, but they gave me 2. Weird. So I got 2 copies. I don't know why, but so it is. And then this is what one of them looks like. But the thing is here, it says, it'll say on here stereo, but don't be fooled. They use the original mono, unmolested, unmessed with tracks. So that's all right, mama. Has no unnecessary echo or anything. It just pretty much, it's the original mix. And so anything mono is true, unmessed with mono, and all the stereo stuff is really good stereo. So just to keep that in mind. And I'll have to do some repair because these here are broken. And this is, of course, like I said before, digitally sourced, but the highest quality and the best digital source. So at least if they're going to do, if vinyl needs to be digital, at least it's done with the highest and best sounding digital source you can find. Because they can still sound really good on a digital source. So the last one here is the Sun Sessions. Found this for $10 in Rosebud. Wanted this because the Sun box that I have doesn't have the Elvis stuff, so I got it on here. Now there is a one that released in 2004 which is better. So the mixes on this mainly That's Alright Mama is drenched in echo, even though this is mono, because they did release a stereo version, but the Australian one here is, they marked it as mono, both sides. It does sound pretty good, the other songs. It's just mainly That's Alright Mama, and I think there was one other song here that is drenched in it, in echo. But you got a big write up here. But you can get this cheap, and then if you want, you can get the better version as well. But this is a good play. I like this one. And it's got some songs that aren't on the other one. Baby Let's Play House is a good one. So, there it is. The record collection I got of The King. Go see Baz Luhrmann's movie. Again, just see it. It's amazing. That ending, man, was... yeah. Now, I'll hopefully want to get some other stuff, so who knows, there'll be a part 2, maybe, if I get more stuff, but that might take a while. So, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, PinballCrow98, and see you in the next video. So, and thank you very much. Thank you very much, baby.